Stop Russia, stop the war!
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 Help Ukraine, protect peace!
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 Arm Ukraine as you promised!
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 Once again, my friends, I would like to encourage everybody to watch the film 20 Days in Mariupol. It is shocking, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not for the faint of heart. But it's good that it is shocking. It's good that people will finally see the visceral reality of war. Because it would seem like people have forgotten. People no longer understand what we're playing with here.
You can see the film on Channel 4 streaming.
Channel 4 streaming, thank you. On Channel 4 streaming, you can see the film 20 Days in Mariupol. Thank you very much. That's good. That's useful. Only for 30 days. Oh, hurry up, guys. Hurry up. Channel 4 streaming. 20 Days in Mariupol. Check it out. You know, only for a while, guys, so hurry up. You should definitely check it out. It's definitely worth it. It is definitively worth it. You know, personally, I am of the opinion that people need to see misery. They need to see what's going on so that they are able to avoid it. So that they're able to understand what they're playing with. These conversations about glorious wars, they have spread by people who have never experienced war, or by the propagandists. We need to avoid war as much as possible, but when that war reaches us, we need to be able to defend ourselves. Because, my friends, there are things worse than war. It's when you are incapable to defend yourself, incapable to fight for your existence, incapable to assert your life on this earth. Then it's no longer a war, but instead it's an extermination. That is the option that Ukrainian people have. War or extermination. Let everybody understand this. Ukrainians never had the option of peace. That option was never on the table. It would either be complete submission to Russia, and then they would do another extermination, just like during the Soviet Union, when they have perpetrated the Holodomor, that killed 10 million Ukrainian people via man-made starvation. Indeed. And such things could happen again. Many, many times. Similar things to the Cultural Revolution in China. Similar things to the Great Leap Forward. The question is, do we want to see the Chinese Communist Party as the pinnacle, as something to strive for, or do we want to see a better world? We have Mao Zedong, Stalin, Hitler on one hand, and then we have freedom on the other. Individuals, corrupt individuals, who are fine with exterminating millions for their personal gain, or a better future in which we are the ones who decide what happens in the world. At this moment, my friends, people have this power in this country, in the free world. They have the ability to vote, they have the ability to choose. But this ability is slipping through their fingers with every single advantage that Russia gains, with every single day that this war continues. This war needs to stop. And the only way to stop it is to stop the Russian terrorist regime. There are no other ways. The Russians have made sure of that. They have made sure to remove every single other option from the table. And now, to leave us, the Ukrainian people, with a choice of defending ourselves or to be exterminated. It's a good thing. The people here do not have to make such a terrible choice. It's a good thing. However, my friends, we cannot expect freedom and safety to be eternal. These are ephemeral privileges that certain countries on this planet have amassed throughout millennia of history. And these privileges can be lost like that in a millisecond of carelessness, where each country decides that all of a sudden, although they are not self-sufficient, suddenly they do not care about anything that happens beyond their borders. Now that's the truly funny part. This country, just like every country in Europe and vast majority of countries in the world, is not self-sufficient. Almost no countries are self-sufficient. So we are bound to each other, bound to see what happens in the rest of the world, and to influence this world to be better, to be freer, to be more peaceful. The Ukrainians have made the choice for peace when they gave up the third biggest nuclear arsenal in the world in exchange for peace promises. But now, my friends, that promise was betrayed by the Russian terrorist regime. In fact, this promise was betrayed all the way back in 2014. And now we have another choice, whether we are going to hold the Russian terrorist regime accountable, or we're going to allow them to get away scot-free with every single one of their war crimes. The choice is ours. The choice is yours. But we need to make sure that we think about this choice, because if we choose unwisely, we will have a far worse situation than Hitler. Because Hitler did not have weapons of mass destruction at his disposal. Hitler could not cause the end of humanity by himself. But Putin can. And Putin will, if he is allowed to think that he's going to get away with the use of any kind of dirty tactics that he might want to use. It's funny, truly. By trying their best not to provoke Putin, the West is provoking Putin. Because it's making him believe that he is above the law, above consequence, above the sovereignty of other nations. And that is a terrible precedent. The worst precedent that could be given to any country in the world. Russia is a terrorist state.
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 Stop Russia, stop the war.
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 More sanctions on Russia.
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 And now, my friends, we will have another musical break.